your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like. It's your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like.
This is for you, Virgo. February is the month of the angelic frequencies of the gemstone Amethyst. Your birthstone is Sapphire, Virgo, so what we need to do is see how these two gemstones resonate with one another. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. To contact me, you can visit my website at www.readingsbyrosemary.com, where we provide you with all the information on our spiritual consultations, our psychic astrology, Rosicrucian Kabbalah, as well as our classes and upcoming seminars. February's gemstone of Amethyst has the light emanations of the astrology archangel who is called Cambriel. And your particular zodiac sign gemstone of Sapphire has the properties of light bestowed by the zodiac archangel Hamaliel. Stay right here as we give you the gemstones particular to your ruling planet of Mercury, Virgo. Emerald, fluorite, moss agate, and sodalite are the precious stones used to align oneself with the energies of the planetary angel Raphael, who was assigned to the planet Mercury in Kabbalah, who is also the archangel of the east, ruling over the warm, moist winds that originate from easterly compass directions. He is the divine physician corresponding to the Greek god Hermes Trismegistus and the Egyptian god Thoth, thereby being the Roman god Mercury, applying logical justification as well as reason to his familiar levels of bestowal when healing and being resourceful and containing great amounts of ingenuity. So be very mindful of your own intentions and your own potency when utilizing these powerful gemstones, especially when you're doing it in unison one with another. The planetary angel Raphael is assigned to the planet Mercury in Kabbalah. The Zohar states, the first day of creation, is the synthesis of all other days, for as there is really no separate fractional moment in time, they only formed part of the whole. It is written, God said, let there be light, meaning angelic beings who are emanations from the light on high that shines forth on the world below, and were created on the first day and took up their position on the right hand of the Holy One. Again, this is from the Zohar. Now, also found in the Zohar, the fact is that the angel Raphael, who is appointed to heal the earth of its evil and affliction and the maladies of mankind, was created on the second day. Again, this is from the Zohar. Mercury is known as the attribute of God, the winged messenger, found in Acts 14:12, and they called Barnabas Jupiter, but Paul Mercury, because he was chief speaker. So you see, the planet Mercury, the Roman god Mercury, is mentioned in the New Testament in the book of Acts, and we find here that St. Paul is indeed the Roman god Mercury, or the Greek god who is Hermes, or the more ancient god Thoth. These are the same beings. They incarnate in every generation. This is an angelic horoscope transmission from your Virgo zodiac angel. And your earth guardian archangel Uriel speaks to you from your Virgo astrology angel or archangel, who is Hamaliel. And Hamaliel resides over the Virgin's mutable earth nature. And here are his messages for you in the areas of love, money, and health. First, Hamaliel's love, rapture, and romance transmission. The yellow-green angelic light frequencies of Hamaliel, combined with immense vitality oscillating forth a considerably vibrant, lustrous light show from February's gemstone of Amethyst improves your relationships, bringing you a privileged reputation. The permutation of Zodiac angel Cambriel's natural 11th house attributes, in addition to your own Virgo energies, brings you an overflowing amount of prestigious relationships with the traditional zodiac sign of Aquarius because of the delightful properties of the gem, which distills happiness through an enlivening of the heart chakra, permeating into the physical world via quite vibrant expressions of the root chakra. Now, regarding Hamaliel's money and wealth transmission, finances become available through successful business innovation made possible with scientific economic theory applied during an astrological progression where Aquarius's birthstone of Amethyst, as well as the gemstones of your ruling planet of Mercury, being emerald and moss agate, or your zodiac birthstone Sapphire, then applied to February's zodiac gemstone of Amethyst, unites astrology, archangelic forces known to Cambriel, sustaining your relationships and reputation for supremacy in the enjoyment of continued attainment of your highest career goals. The foundation of spiritual enlightenment is found within the self and is projected outward towards the periphery of the monad, which is described in Kabbalah as everything that is considered to be not self. So it's the part of the monad that is considered to be other. Now, this is also described in Kabbalah in various terms, but it gets a little bit complicated at this point when we start talking about Zimzum and how the Creator constricted himself in the very center of his being. But we'll get to that more later on as we give you more of these gemstone associated with the month. Like this month, it's Amethyst and February. So we'll get to more of these truths as we move along through this. The root chakra is established in a cheerful environment with February's gemstone allowing you to pour unlimited amounts of happiness into the world. In this way, you provide pleasant experiences for yourself and for everyone else as well. Hamaliel's health and fitness transmission. Health. This month we're going to talk about health, focusing on strengthening the root chakra. That's the area, as well as the lower legs for during this time, during February. And when you focus on strengthening your root chakra and your lower legs, this is done through maintaining a healthy and a very well-balanced diet and getting moderate amounts of good exercise as allowed by your selected physician. You'll find the energetic frequencies of Sapphire, your birthstone, and the gemstones of your ruling planet of Mercury being emerald and moss agate mixed with February's zodiac gemstone of Amethyst. And that's going to be an exhilarating experience during this time. That's going to cause you to feel more like you want to do the things that you know give you more energy. Your root chakra is deemed to be the most important chakra in some cultures, which consider that our familiar chakra arrangements are actually presented to us in an upside-down fashion. One should also keep in mind that although people should be treated fairly, men and women are not the same in the anatomy of their chakras. Most ancient methods of building chi or ki in the body via energy pathways are based on energy configurations found in the male body. What males find invigorating, females often find very draining, and vice versa. Therefore, you must know your own body and trust yourself. Keep in mind that some males have many female astrological characteristics such as water and earth attributes in their astrology charts, while some females might have male characteristics due to strategically placed fire and air elementals in their birth charts. Astrocartographic considerations must also be brought to light for a complete revelation of inner characteristics now coming squarely into view. Now, before we get to the part where we give you your divine tone and teach you how to do meditation, we have just a little taste of some of our Kabbalah and Merkaba classes where we talk about who is God and who is Satan, and then in the higher part of the Merkaba class, and more advanced level, it's a class called The Miracle. It's a subcategory of Merkaba where we teach you about beginning to be able to manifest your own miracles. Okay, now, beginning with, this is just a taste. Who is God? Who is Satan? God is the ego, brought to its fullest expression and then objectified for use by the soul towards achieving a higher state of being and a more expansive, integrated consciousness. So God is the objectified ego. God is the ego that is allowed to be expansive and expand the ego, but then objectified. That's God. Now also for Satan, who is Satan? Hasatan, the adversary. Satan is the ego brought to its state of least expression, where all desires are denied, subdued, and restricted due to subjective survival, contracted and isolated consciousness. So Satan, or Hasatan, that's the ego, but you take the ego and you constrict it, and you recoil it, and you don't allow it to express itself. You deny it, and you deny impulses, and you deny all of your desires, and you restrict yourself, and you subdue yourself, and you make yourself smaller and smaller and smaller, and you contract, and you isolate. And that is but what makes it fully Hasatan is when you also make it subjective. That's what really makes someone into the consciousness of the survival chakras. God is obviously the crown chakra, and Hasatan obviously the root chakra. So when you get into the survival root chakra, when you're in a subjective situation, that's when you have a full reptilian mind. And we all need that. We all need to have that as part of us, but we have to understand it. And we can then maybe get above it and deal with it properly. And that's the point. Now, the Holy Family that's inside you, your own inner deity, it's the three supernals of Keter, Chokmah, and Binah, and this is what gives you your sort of pious overself. Some people call it an oversoul, overself, where you're cherished, and you're going to find that everybody needs to come into contact with that part of yourself at this time. Some call it the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, Jesus, Joseph, and Mary. That's your supernals, and that's the part of you that's eternal. That's the part of you that does not die. That's the part that lasts forever, and it's connected to the Jupiter, a Sapphire where Jupiter resides, and that's the Sapphire of Chesed or Hesed, and that's where mercy resides, and that's where memory is, and that's the merciful King. And that's where memory comes and enables you to have sort of a learning into your next incarnation, or for your eternal ability to fit in to the universal organism where everybody's got to give. Or the word bestow is better than give. Bestow is a more magnanimous term. I'm not sure if there's another word that would be more every language has a probably a word for that. It's sort of a bestowal is not giving in a way that it causes any kind of malice or menacing thought. Bestowal is more nurturing. That's the word. It's more nurturing. Now, you're going to find that you're going to be able to find communities where you're more cherished and where you're more needed, and spiritual communities where you're more needed and more cherished, and that will be very important to you. For some reason, it's difficult for female Kabbalists to express themselves, and perhaps that will be something that is easier to deal with as we move along through this as the age of Aquarius becomes more and more present and more anchored and more. Not everybody wants to agree that we're in the age of Aquarius, but basically, women are more easily, basically women are more sensitive. And of course there's sensitive men and insensitive women, but generally speaking, women are more sensitive. So it's harder for women to do battle with each other. And but again, women Kabbalists are out there, and they're teaching, and they're very, very, very helpful. And we should allow the women Kabbalists to speak up more. You're able to, during this time also, glean what is essential for bringing your ideas to fruition, bringing them from the realm of the all-potential morphogenic field into the now multidimensional reality in which we all together find ourselves, being a galactic community that must interact with each other. Trust in beings you know to be reliable. Through your own familiarity with them is the most important crux of the matter. The future looks brilliant for those who have been authentic, so be very pleased and go about your normal routine with great confidence. A profusion of competency is bestowed at this time, allowing you to appreciate others as well as improving their lot in life, affording each person an actual piece of the pie rather than unrealistic pipe dreams, which produce mere gossamer affectations. You seek to encourage all entities with the enjoyment of increasing their own fame and fortune through giving them a bird's eye view of reality as you see it, showing them pretty much how they might become as renowned and fortunate as you have become. So this is, sort of a welcome to my world, as the cliche goes, where everybody is able to show exactly what they're going through and how they deal with reality and how they deal with things, and in this way we're all able to help each other and make each other's lives better. Throughout this time, it's important to prioritize all the plans that you've systematically written down for yourself. You're going to want to reorganize your priorities and your lists and revamp plans according to their strategic importance. Give yourself kudos, though, for all your detailed accomplishments, and give yourself credit for the goodness you bring to the world. Complicated maneuvers are essential in life's ongoing games as well as necessary for reaching trophies promised to all conquering heroes upon their return home after winning rigorous competitions. You're a giver, and you have many plans for how to make sure everyone in your life has a fair chance to be a champion as well. You know that every being has value to offer to the planet and to the galaxy and to the universe. And now for the portion of this Merkaba, Taste of Merkaba class, where we have the subcategory called, it's called the miracle, and it begins to show you how to manifest and how to create miracles in your life. Okay, now the miracle. So the visualization, you begin by seeing yourself as so big, the job for which you are applying is easily accomplished the moment you step through the door. Envision yourself as so powerful that a simple, well-rehearsed signature saves a forest. Know yourself as having so much integrity that all beings around you heal miraculously in your presence. A disclaimer is in order here. High magic should be used with all mindfulness, since powerful forces of manifestation are unleashed. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Remember to chant your divine tone of I analyze, or try out the higher aspect of simply meditating on the quality of analyzing. And be wise, be well, be all you are meant to be, Virgo. Thank you for joining us, and join us again next time.
Thank you.